Yo, how are we doing? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. If you're on the East Coast, I guess have a good afternoon if you're on the East Coast. But we out here in Cali. You know what time it is. It's 9:40 in the morning. Thank you for tuning in to Good Morning Nation. We are live, and I'm really not feeling all that bad. I'm really not feeling all that bad this morning. Even though we took an L, I'm not really tripping. So let's see how the nation is feeling today. We got our boy George Strait in the building. Let's do this. You already know what it is. Dave Maxfield. We needed therapy session. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Kiwi Raider. Gruden needs to sit Leatherwood and James. They are the worst. Yep, we're gonna get to the O line. We're gonna get to the O line. B Al is here. Yes, sir. Hit them thumbs up. Hit them thumbs up. Y'all know what time it is? It's the morning. Y'all probably at work already. Y'all probably already done wipe the sleep from your eyes. Already at school. Posted at the house chilling, getting your wake and bake on, making your coffee, whatever the case may be, man. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Lost Rageous Raider. Good morning, nation. Tough one last night. Lost to clean up. Need to get healthy. Tip the cap to the Chargers, but on to Chicago. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's how you got to wake up. That's how you got to move about your week. You know what I mean? You still got to stay positive. You know what I mean? After a loss, you can't be out here tripping like that. So, good words from Lost Rageous. Raider Carlos in the building. Chargers suck. Yes, yes, yes. I did not leave impressed by the Chargers. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Go to Cheetahs. Rate MIA. No, I'm right here, boss. I'm right here. You know what? Honestly, though, this past week after I dropped my film study on Nate Hobbs, I really didn't pop back out. I was supposed to be on Honcho's live yesterday. There was some things going on. We was in communication. There was some things going on, and StreamYard was down. As y'all know, Facebook, I think it was Facebook, Instagram, like WhatsApp, StreamYard, all of those apps that are in cahoots that are owned by the same company or something like that, they all ended up going down. So then it was all being all difficult. He did end up sending me the link, but I was moving, man. I was moving on something. You feel me? So he goes to Huncho yesterday. Nah, I didn't go to Huncho, man. Me and Huncho was going back and forth texting and all that. We'll bounce back, nation. I'm really hoping our cornerbacks didn't get serious injuries yesterday. Yeah, most definitely, because that's three corners. That's three corners in a week. That's the beauty of it. We got these fools again, this time at home, and we're pissed off. Yeah, most definitely, boss. Arkham Raider is in the building. Arkham Raider in the building. Raider Nation for life. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just in time. Knock Andrew pulled up on us. Eddie Ramos. We left our defense out there way too long. Yep, we finna jump right into this. Just want to hop into the chat. Shout out everybody in the chat. Everybody pulling up. Make sure y'all hit them like buttons if you can. If you're new here, subscribe. Appreciate you pulling up on us. Good morning, everybody. As y'all know, I'm out on the West Coast. So, good morning, nation. 9:45 is still morning for me. If you're on the East Coast, good afternoon to you. But, you know how we doing on the West Coast, man. We pulling up. I hope everybody had a good night's rest so they could sleep on that tough loss yesterday. Even though I feel like it's not really that big of a deal. The only reason it's considered a big deal in my opinion is because it was a division game, which you want to win those division games. But man, we're already 3 wins deep. 3 wins deep. You can't win them all, but you definitely want to go home with that one. But if you continue to think about it, if you win that game, you got to win the Bears game. Then that means you would have been 5-0. So how long would the winning streak go? I think that taking this L kind of puts not really a chip on the shoulder, but brings us to reality, you know. But we're gonna get into it. Y'all know what time it is, man. Vincent Flores pulled up on us. Good morning, nation. Yes, sir. What did I miss? Working nice in Alaska on a drill rig. Sheesh, yo, shout out to you, man. Appreciate you doing that. I know that working on a drill rig for sure could be dangerous. Didn't get to see the game. How did we look? We're gonna get into that, Vincent, man. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna break everything down for you. So just stay tuned, boss. E-Manny pulled up on us. Why doesn't Carr just take off and slide? Central Cali Bear says, "What's good, Ray? Good morning." Yes, good morning, everybody. Make sure y'all hit them likes, pulling up on us. Anthony Carver in the building. James didn't do terrible. It was really Leatherwood having the rushers on his side. Yeah. Orange juice and a blunt for breakfast. Yep, for sure. He wake and bake. Do your thing. Messi Marv. What's up with blood? What's good with it, family? D Gaffer. D Gaffler. Yes, sir. Raid, what's up, bro? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I play calling. Yeah, man. Y'all pulling up quick. Y'all pulling up quick on me, though. So, good morning. Let's go ahead and break this thing open, man. Y'all know what time it is. We coming off of an L against the Los Angeles Chargers. Let me pull my game cast up real quick because I gotta have the stats in front of me. I like to have all the numbers right in front of me just so I could tell y'all. I can reiterate to y'all. We're coming off of an L. We're now 3-1, taking our first loss of the season in Week 4 against the Los Angeles Chargers. We lost 28-14. Derek Carr didn't have the same stats that he had the previous games, but he had 196 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception on 34 attempts, completing 21 passes. Jacobs also did make an appearance this game. 13 carries for 40 yards, not his best game, but that's okay. We know he's a little hobbled right now. Ruggs had 3 receptions for 60 yards, and it was a tough game. We definitely started slow. So that's basically just the overview of our main players and the score. Let's go ahead and hop back into the chat and see. Kiwi Raider in the building. Shindo in the building. Jesse in the building. Yes, what's good with it, Tashi? Yo, y'all really pulling up big time. First super chat of the day coming from Cunningham. He says, I think the Raiders will win the division. Chargers will be the 5th seed, and the Chiefs will be one of the wild card teams. Hey, man, I'll hold you to it, boss, because I really do hope we win the division. It'll just be the most clear-cut, the easiest route, of course. It'll just be the easiest route. You won't have to go through all the strenuous extra game of the wild card or anything like that. So appreciate the super chat, man. Definitely gonna be tough seeing how the division is playing out because the fact that the Chiefs are last is worrisome. It honestly is worrisome because then that means basically the best team from last year, or the past 3 years, is the worst team early, and you know they're going to get their run. You know they're going to get their stretch of games to where they're going to start showing up, getting cohesive, becoming cohesive, getting better. That O-line molding, the defense figuring some things out. So you know the Chiefs are going to make their run. So it makes the division look that much more tough, right? And the fact that the Chargers have 2 division wins already, we have to keep that in mind. The Chargers already have 2 division wins. Beat the Chiefs last week, beat us this week, so they're in the lead for the division until we go and beat them. All right, and that's the last game of the season. So thinking about it, this whole season, you know what I mean? It's gonna be crazy because that last game is gonna mean so much. I feel like it's gonna mean so much. So it's gonna be a tough one, Cunningham, for sure. Appreciate the super chat, dog. Antonio Way pulled up on us. He said, "Yeah, it just hurts because it's division game." Exactly. Them division games, dog, them division games, man. It's hard to get those ones back. What's up, Ray? Thanks for the film review. Your side is on point. Appreciate you, Jay. Appreciate the kind words, man. Benjamin pulled up on us, says, "What's good?" Defense let us stay in the game, most definitely. Most definitely. I know some people said the defense wasn't looking great, but I think the defense kept us in the game for sure, for sure. Got to move on, Nation. We'll get them next one at home. Yeah, we have to. We have to get the next one at home. What's good with it, boss? How you doing, man? He says, "Sup, Ray? Aloha. Aloha, Nation." Shout out, Pono. Shout out, Hunch, for pulling up on us. He said, "I need CNG to make me feel better about the offensive line." CNG. He said, "I need CNG to pull up on us to make me feel better about the offensive line." That boy crazy. That boy crazy. You know, CNG, though, the thing is, CNG tries to be optimistic. Y'all know CNG, my boy, so I got to defend him. You know what I mean? It was the other way around, and it was Hunch. I'd have to defend us. But CNG, in his defense, he did give a grade for him. He did give a grade for the offensive line. It's not like he gave an A, B, or a C. You know what I mean? He gave a bad grade, so he just tries to be a little more optimistic. This offensive line is the same offensive line I feel like we've seen the whole year so far. We just took this first L, so it's going to be even that much more emphasis on how bad they're playing. Emaney, Appreciate the super chat. Damon gets hurt again. That guy cannot stay healthy. You know what? Let's go ahead and hop right into it, man. Let's talk about this defensive back thing going on, man. Defensive back thing. Hobbs late in the game goes out with a concussion. Mullen was pretty much out the whole game. Arnett gets hurt super quick, and that right there is a disappointment because he's supposed to be our first round pick. He's supposed to be that guy that comes in when a guy gets hurt. He could fulfill that role to at least 75% of the play at least. Right out the gate, they try to throw it to Mike Williams, and Mike Williams is open, literally open, probably like 5 to 10 yards, nobody around him, and Herbert just misses the throw. Arnett out there getting burnt like French toast, and it's sad, man. It's sad. You're a first round pick. You had training camp. You had the off season to get ready. You had all this time to get healthy, nutrition, work out, everything like that, and you're still out there getting beat up, and it's not looking that well. We got a new coaching staff. You should have been learned something. You should have learned something. If Amik Robinson is out there and he's not getting burnt like that, if he's not getting picked on like that, then there is a huge issue. But I think that just goes along with basically all our first round draft picks when you kind of look at it across the board. But let's just keep it on the DBs. How do y'all feel about the defensive backs right now? Because it looks like we're going to have some injuries. We're going to have some guys step up. Does Amik stay on the outside with his size? Are you guys comfortable with Amik being on the outside with his size? If Hobbs is out, who do you see at the nickel? Who do you see at the nickel? Are you moving Amik to the nickel and having somebody come in and play that corner? What are you guys doing if Mullen, Arnett, and Hobbs are out? Who do you put on the outside corner and who do you put at the slot? Let me know in the chat. It's gonna be pretty interesting, man. It's gonna be pretty interesting to see what happens when it comes to the defensive back room, really. Quentin Booker says, how do you think we deal with Khalil Mack? The thing is, we talked about this. I talked about this last night on Graphs Live, and I was kind of in my mind. I was thinking the last time we played the Bears, I feel like the Bears' defense was better. I mean, y'all could tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the last time we played defense, they were better. This time, they're not. I don't think their defense is as good as it was the last time we played them. So we'll have to see. But John Gruden's kind of style, it seems like he forces his players to play to beat the man across from him, right? He's not giving Leatherwood help with a tight end and chipping or something like that. You would think he would do that, but he hasn't done it. Leatherwood is giving up those sacks, so he's giving up those sacks. He's not helping them. Happened against Watt, happened against Boza. So I'm just trying to see, is Gruden going to actually step up and not step up, but, get outside of his realm and give him help, and we'll see what happens against Khalil Mack. Tasi Ciosi, I think I pronounced that right. Not in a messed up way. Arnett getting injured was good. I think we play Amik more now. This loss sucks. We need to figure out these slow starts. I understand completely what you're saying. It's really not messed up because it's part of football. Part of football is you get injured, the guy behind you ends up stepping up and outperforms. And just basically outperforms you. It happens all the time. It happens in the quarterback room all the time. I mean, shoot. Tyrod Taylor is the walking epitome of that. So, if it's Amik time to step up, it's Amik time to step up. Hopefully, and speaking of Amik, man, I hope dude reaches out because I'll be honest. I've reached out to Amik Robinson. I like his style of play. I like his tenacity. I like the fact that he is a smaller guy, but he doesn't play to his size, right? He just plays ball. So I like that. I reached out to him. The dude just liked my message. That's it. He just read my message and liked it. So hopefully one day me and Amik link up and maybe we can get him on the show. I don't know, man. I can't promise nothing, but I'll be trying behind the scenes, y'all. I'll be trying. Do you think the Raiders shut down Mac again? I think Mac really hasn't been too much of that force that he used to be in the pass rush, but he's someone you definitely can't sleep on. We'll figure it out. We played the Bears. We played the Bears before. I'm not really too worried about him, man. What's up, Efren? What's good with it? What is good with y'all, man? So yeah, I'm done. Yeah, Raider Purse says I'm done with Arnett, and that's what I'm saying. Arnett's time is looking like it's. I'm starting to give up on Arnett. 24 Blitz says, OG Face says Damon Arnett equaling Nixon. I mean, you can't really. I mean, the fans are speaking. The nation has spoke. The nation has spoke. It's time for Arnett to move on. I think. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. If a Meek looks better, play a Meek. Pono Z agrees. He says, Meek looks really good, and I agree. A Meek looks better than Arnett. Let's just say that. A Meek does look good, but let's just say a Meek looks better than Arnett, and you got to play the best man. You have to play the best man, and if he looks better, then go ahead and run that. Said, call me crazy, but I think situationally we may need to bring Merrick down in nickel with Hobbs due to depth. And Meek stays outside. Chicago isn't a threat. Isn't a threat deep. The only and I said this yesterday. Merrick can play the slot. Merrick can play the nickel. He did it. He did it in college. He definitely do it in the NFL. He played at a high level there. He would play man. He would play in the slide. He played zone. He played cover four. He played single high. He played two high. He played everything. You know what I mean? So I think with Mirig playing at that nickel, it's potential. I just don't feel comfortable putting anybody else at single high. That's my only concern with that, Ray. I just don't see anybody playing the single high. I don't want HaHa Clinton Diggs playing the single high. Don't want Gillespie out there playing that. Definitely not. So I would just keep Merrick there. He's definitely a good safety blanket. Merrick makes pretty good tackles. You got to think he's a rookie, but he makes pretty good reads. He's disciplined. He always stays back there. The deep balls we don't really get beat on the deep balls. Merrick is pretty disciplined, and he comes up and he's a thumper. He will hit somebody. And he makes pretty good open field tackles. He made a real good open field tackle against Austin Eckler, and that would have been a touchdown if he didn't make that tackle. So shout out Merrick for that for sure. Boy George Strait says Robertson looking real good to me. Yeah, bro. Meek Robertson looking like he really stepping up, man. So I mean the DB core this week though, I think they play fine. I think the whole defense played fine. If y'all had to give a grade for the defense this game, what would y'all give the defense grade on? What would y'all give the grade? I feel like the DBs played pretty well. We got to see a Meek out there getting some burn against starters against it in a actual prime time, big time game. Meek went out there, played pretty well. Keenan Allen didn't have a big game. Mike Williams has been playing lights out the last 3 games. All of a sudden, he just didn't show up. All of a sudden, he didn't show up. The Chargers' leading receiver. Let's go ahead and look at the full box score real quick for y'all. The Chargers' leading receiver was Jared Cook with 6 receptions and 70 yards and a touchdown. Keenan Allen had 7 receptions for 36 yards, and Mike Williams had 1 reception for 11 yards. So Keenan Allen and Mike Williams combined had a total 8 receptions for 47 yards and 0 touchdowns. You really can't ask. You really can't ask for that. You really can't ask. You can't ask for much more than that from a dynamic wide receiver group. Guyton, their deep threat, had 1 reception for 9 yards. 1 reception for 9 yards. Their running backs have more receptions than Mike Williams, than Guyton combined. So I think the defense played pretty well. And let me get to this real quick. Teamer didn't look too bad. Yeah, Teamer's not a bad player, man. Teamer's definitely a guy we got to stick around. Definitely great depth at safety. I'm not sure about his coverage at single high. I don't know. I haven't really seen it, and I can't really speak on it. But as far as him playing downhill, playing somewhat inside the box, playing somewhat like an Abram type role, or just that Levitt role, how Levitt was playing that. we have a lot of interchangeable guys at that position, right? You got Tyree Gillespie, we seen get some burn around that. Levitt is healthy, and we seen him against Steelers make some plays. And of course, we know Teamer. So I'm not sure about Teamer single high covers, his zone covers, his discipline back there, man. But I definitely do like Teamer. Don't get me wrong. Central Cali Bear says Renfro over Arnett. I think it was you, but this shit was funny. Bro said we need to put Renfro out there corner and cut Arnett. That's just wild, but Renfro made that hit though. Gruden lost this game by running that fullback draw with Jacobs with 3 minutes left. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. But let's get to them grades, y'all. We got a B from Jose Lopez for the defensive backs. For the defense. Defense grade C, B, C minus, B, C plus. So it looks like we're getting a C. So it looks like, okay, B minus for defense. Yeah, so it looks like we're averaging out a C. I would give the defense a B. I'd give a defense a solid B. And the reason I'd give a defense a solid B is because when you look at how the game transpired, just think about this real quick. Y'all. Because the funny thing to me is the Chargers had a total of, I believe, 13 drives. The Chargers had a total of 13 drives, and they scored on 4 drives out of 13. That's less than half. How many times did we score on, and we had the ball 12 to 13 drives? We only scored twice on 12 to 13 drives. The defense held them the 28 points, but they had the ball 13 times. They had 13 opportunities to score. Like, you can't tell, like, 28 points, no turnovers. Okay, but you got to think about it. They scored. So the Chargers scored on the first drive, y'all. Their first drive, they scored. I understand they scored. Okay. Their next drive, they punt the ball and only got 5 yards. The third drive, they turned the ball over on downs. The fourth drive, they punt the ball. The fifth drive, they punt the ball. Now the sixth drive, they score a touchdown. And this is what kind of messed us up, is because we turned the ball over on downs. And after we turned the ball over on downs, the field position game, that's when the field position game kicked in. They end up scoring 2 touchdowns at the end of the half. And then they end up going up 21-0. So that, to me, that's not a lot. That, to me, it just doesn't have a lot to do with the defense. I can't really blame the defense. I think they played pretty well. That is pretty freaking well. If you stop them 4 times in a row and your offense puts 0 points up on the board, yo, you're going to be exhausted at this point. It's like, come on, y'all. You know, both teams dealt with the delay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really gonna get into the delay. Go play some damn football, y'all. Bradley doesn't care how high Damon was drafted. He's going to play the best dude. Yeah, exactly. Let's play the best dude. But at the same time, you look at Damon Arnett, you look at Amik Robinson, and when you see them on the field, it's like, is Damon Arnett the best player? You know what I mean? So why was he out there? Why is he getting the first opportunity? So is that how Bradley's thinking? Oh, Arnett is that guy, or he is that they're going to be the next guy. But until he gets hurt, then we put Amik in. So it's kind of like, is he playing? How are we playing this? What do they see in practice? Loyal to the soil. Have you noticed the first 2 games, Carr threw the ball on first downs, and the last 2, Gruden been pounding the ball on first downs, grade B. In the last few games, the number one thing I noticed is we start slow. Like, we just start slow, yo. It's evident. Actually, this whole season, we pretty much started slow. And it's been the same every single game. When we played the Dolphins, what happened when we played the Dolphins? We ended up going down 14-0. We went down 14-0 when we played the Dolphins. I mean, same thing happened this game. This time it ended up being 21-0, and that was just too much of a deficit. And I remember Graf even saying, he was like, yo, if we do this against the Chargers, it's not going to be a good look. You're not going to be able to come back like that. And, man, I ain't going to lie. He was right. He was right. You cannot go down that much and then expect yourself to just come right back, y'all. Expect yourself just to come right back every single time. Like, that's too much. That's way too much. Frank White, the offense got to clean it up. Carr was getting hit a lot and was scared to move around in the pocket. I mean, I don't know about him being scared to move around the pocket because, in my opinion, Carr has moved more this year than he has ever before. I mean, he's literally moving. He literally, when he got that touchdown throw, he was out there driving the ball. He's stepping up in the pocket, driving the ball into somebody's in between the numbers. So, I mean, what do you want him to really do? People are saying something about the offensive line to say Carr's scared to move around the pocket, and it's like, I mean, the offensive line playing like trash. I don't think he's scared to move in the pocket because he did. You watched the game, he did. He was moving. We need Morrow. Yeah, we need Javin White and we need Morrow back. We need speed at the linebacker position. And what's trippy is that Diablo, you guys got to think, you've seen Diablo on special teams, but he wasn't out there on defense. He wasn't out there on defense, so I'm not sure with that. I'm not sure what's going on with Diablo. Eckler went crazy. Yeah, Eckler was doing his thing. I mean, Eckler was definitely doing his thing. And for me, honestly, Herbert didn't have the best game. Like, he did throw 3 touchdowns, but look at his receiver stats, yo. He was literally checking it down. Jared Cook cooked his old team. Yeah, he was getting 5-yard freaking catches and then running another 10 yards. I don't know what we were doing in the flats, but we would just give up the flats. It'd be like 4th and 2, just give up the flats, first down. I was like, what the hell is that? Offense gets a whole F for the first half. Yeah, bro. Most definitely, man. You have to give them an F for the first half. They didn't score any freaking points. We drafted Diablo for him to be special teams. I don't get it. The thing is, you got Raider Joe. I agree. Where is Diablo? Where is Diablo? Is he not developing? Is there something going on with Diablo that we don't know? Why is he not in the game playing and helping in coverage situations? That's just something I just personally don't understand. We had Tanner Muse. Tanner Muse ends up getting waived or whatever and going to the Seahawks. Diablo's supposed to take his place, maybe. I don't know, but he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything. Like, where is Diablo at? So that's probably Diablo's our fastest linebacker right now, too, if I'm not mistaken. And you could definitely see we were missing speed at the linebacker spot. So you let go of Tanner Muse. Javin White is hurt. Nicholas Morrow's hurt. Your fastest linebacker is playing special teams that you drafted. I'm not 100% sure. Raider Joe says Carr was protecting the ball and taking the hits compared to last year. He would get hit and lose the ball. Yeah, I mean, there was one time where Carr seen the sack coming and he just like rolled up real quick. And honestly, I'm not sure what was going on there. It looked like he was anticipating that hit a little too early. But White Tyson says they clearly know how to adjust. Bosa wasn't a factor in the second half. Let's just start the game that way. Yeah, most definitely. You got to start fast. And I feel like we know that we haven't played our best football in the first half in any of our games. Any of our games so far, we haven't played our best football in the first half. Slow starts killing us. We couldn't get momentum going in the first half. Shake my head. Can't keep having slow starts. Yeah, exactly, Tony. You can't. Laker Nation in the building. Leatherwood needs to man up or go home. He starts to look like a bust. I know he's looking bad. I don't think he's starting to look like a bust. I think he's playing the same way he played the last 3 games. So if he's starting to look like a bust now, that motherfucker been a bust. But what I will say is that he's a rookie. He's played against some of the best in Joey Bosa, in Watt. So he's gonna give up that sack. I feel like regardless, he's going to. Yeah, flats were wide open all night. I'm not sure what was going on with the flats. We were just giving that up. Just 4th and 2, give up the flats. I'm like, I didn't get that, man. A quarterback like Herbert, you got to keep him off the field by our offense having more time of possession. Yeah, the offense just screwed us. And we could get into it and go ahead and talk about how the offensive line has been playing like straight garbage. And John Gruden's play calling has been suspect. John Gruden's play calling has been completely suspect. DC4 just needs to take that extra step back, just like Herbert was doing, to get that extra second to make a play. Herbert was like 4. No. Steve Martinez, no. Don't compare a Carr drop back to Herbert's drop back saying this down in third. Bro, they got a rookie rookie tackle in Rashawn Slater, and he's not out there giving up sacks against Yannick. Like, don't do it. No, we're not going to blame Carr because he doesn't take an extra step back. That, bro, my gosh, y'all be getting to the point to where it's like a dude got to put his fucking pinky up and do 2 circles so he could make a pass. Bro, chill the hell out, bro. That should be crazy. I think we needed to be humbled. I'm glad it happened early in the season. We'll get this cleaned up starting this Sunday against the Bears. Gruden will make sure we start fast moving. The thing is, Central Cali Bear, I think it's Gruden that's making us start slow. Yo, honestly, I think it's Gruden. Y'all can put that on the record. When y'all start games, when a football game started, isn't it scripted? Doesn't the coach script his plays starting the game? I mean, that's just my thought process on it. Coaches script the game to start. That's why the Chargers came out, drove the ball straight down the field and scored. They scripted how they were going to play to do their thing. Gruden does the same thing, and nothing ends up happening. That first drive, we ran it twice. Why did we just ran it twice? Just boom, boom, power run, right up, 2 runs. Then an incomplete pass, you punt it. Like Gruden. Why are you doing that? Why are you running it twice and then pass? It's just no shit you're going to pass. You just had 2 failed runs. Now they're going to play the pass. Like, dude, Gruden. It's going to be annoying. Then Gruden wants to take forever to make adjustments, I feel like. After the first 2 drives, Gruden should have made adjustments. Gruden should have changed something. He didn't make any changes until the second half. Until we came out in the second half, till after halftime. That's the only time he made adjustments. Does he not make adjustments on the sideline after the first couple of drives? Like, that's something that confuses me. That confuses me, man. Man, Jesse, I was there and it sucked, bro. Raiders didn't start practice till Wednesday, thinking maybe O-line needed more time. I'm trying to tell y'all, our team is the same team we've seen the last 3 weeks, y'all. I'm telling you guys. The offensive line was this bad last week, the week before, in the very first week of the game. At least you guys got to think about it. This game was actually better by the offensive line in some aspects because Andre James didn't snap the damn ball over Carr's head. Like, think about it. Andre James' first game. This is Andre James' first game. He didn't fumble. Like, isn't that kind of like, think about that. First game this year that Andre James didn't botch a snap. First game. Unless we did botch a snap and I missed it. But, I mean, he's 3 for 4 now. Chargers looked like they were playing our offense better than we were. We need to be more explosive more often. I mean, honestly, I feel like the Chargers didn't really do that much. But I do agree they were playing that small ball way better than we were. But the fact that we didn't make any adjustments killed us. We didn't make any adjustments in the first half. They were playing 2 high safeties and we couldn't run the football. Like, can you not run the football and they're in nickel? They're in nickel. We come out in the 13 personnel and we still can't run the football. That's when we went for it with Jacobs and we didn't get it. Like that is just sad. That is just sad. How are you in nickel and you can't run the football? But you think about it, the Chargers really didn't have any big plays. They didn't really have any big plays the where it was bombed. They didn't have any big throws downfield or anything. Herbert missed about 3 of them, I'll be honest. He did miss about 3 of them. Carr scared to get hit, period. I mean, I don't really know what it means by saying Carr scared to get hit. Like, what is that? What are you saying? Like, is he – or would you not be worried about getting hit by a 300-pound lineman? Or what are you saying here? I'm not sure what you're trying to say, what kind of productive comment that is. Jay, I was done with Arnett when he was when he was looking at his chain on the bench. Oh my gosh, bro. Yeah, Arnett gotta go. Arnett gotta go, Jay. I agree. I agree, Jay. That right there, I didn't see that, but he gotta go. He gotta go. I'm done with Arnett. His personality, his character, his attitude, his maturity, all that straight garbage, bro. Grow the hell up, Arnett. Grow the hell up. Open up a book or something, bro. I've been trying to defend Damon Arnett, but dude just looks like he just doesn't give a shit. Like he really doesn't. The entire third round so far in Diablo and Kuntz has done. Wow. Good point, KG. Good point. Our third round picks, yo, are we cursed in the third round? Are we cursed in the third round, yo? You got Diablo, you got Kuntz, you got Tanner Muse, you got Lynn Bowden. What is going on with our third round picks? What's going on with our third round picks? Let me know, KG. What do you think is going on with our third round picks, KG? Because that's a good comment. I appreciate that comment. Laker Nation, John Gruden has to do better. Too much conservative play calling at the beginning of games, which always put us in a hole. This loss is on him and the O-line. Most definitely, bro. I'm so glad you said it. A very intelligent comment, man. It's on John Gruden and the O-line. The O-line is playing like trash. John Gruden's play calling, you said it yourself. The running backs ain't going to be able to run if the O-line's trash. Carr's still playing at a high level with arguably one of the worst offensive lines in the league. Our wide receivers, Ruggs is showing out now. Ruggs is becoming the player we want him to be. He's fulfilling a role that we need him to fulfill, and it's more than just being a deep threat. So what is the issue? We have Darren Waller as a weapon, is what Laker Nation said. Is John Gruden an offensive line? We have weapons. We have backs that have proven to get it done. We have at this point in time, we have a quarterback that has shown he's a beast. We have a defense that's competent that can hold offense from scoring at least 50% of the time, which is proven. They actually did better than 50%. I think it was like 30. The Chargers scored on 33% of their drives, if I do the math correctly. 33% of the Chargers drives they scored. It was actually less than that. It's actually less than that because they had 13 drives with 4 scores. So it would go down probably like 20, 27, 28%. We scored 0%. On 7 drives, we had 0 points. So, I mean, come on now. All the flags, yo. Glad you brought this up because I probably would have forgot this crucial stat. All the flags definitely hindered us from getting any type of rhythm as well. Most definitely, dog. And this is the same thing this is the same thing we've seen the last 3 weeks. This team is the same team that was playing last week and 2 weeks before. We were still down. We were down every game. We're down every game. And then we come back and we do better and we end up being a team, right? Think about what Pittsburgh. We come back, end up scoring. We come back, end up scoring and beating them. Same thing with the Dolphins. We were down 14-0, come back, end up beating them. You feel me? So you think about it, this team is the same team. We didn't change. This game wasn't us playing any different than we did the previous weeks. It's not. The only difference is this game is they scored 21 points, and we couldn't come back to 21 points. Carr only had so much that he could do, and he went and put up 14, and then he missed that throw to Ruggs, which I'm not even tripping off of because you can't make every throw. You just watch Justin Herbert, which everybody's on Justin Herbert's, you know what I mean? And he missed so many throws. Herbert missed so many throws. Carr's out there lining them up, misses one throw, and you can't just put it all on him. It's like he'll miss 1 or 2. So it's tough. It's tough right now. But we're 3-1. We just took our first L in October. And that's not too bad. That is not too bad. OG in the building. If we're ever short on linebackers, we know we could throw Hunter Renfrow in there. That boy, wow. Third and Renfrow going to turn into a safety out there. He going, if we need a nickel, we just going to throw Renfrow out there. Fuck it. Leatherwood going to do rookie shit. Yeah. The thing with Leatherwood, though, is coming out of college, when we were doing a draft, like draft lives and doing all the draft talk this offseason, number one thing with Leatherwood that we would talk about, or I would at least want to bring up, is he led college in penalties. He led college in penalties. He was the most penalized player in college football. Alex Leatherwood. You could look it up. Most penalized. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. You need to go put on some crazy loud music, put him in stressful environments to where maybe he could get that out of his system or instill more discipline in him to where he doesn't cause those penalties. But man, those penalties by Leatherwood, it's every single game. Every game he gets a penalty so far, and he's giving up a sack. But I'm not giving up on Leatherwood. I'm not giving up on any of the offensive linemen. You got to think about John Simpson. This is his first year starting. Andre James, first year starting. Illuminor, like we didn't even know who he was. Leatherwood, rookie, first year starting. This O-line is so young and so new to the NFL, at least starting in the NFL week after week basis, that in my opinion, is only way is up. They can only get better from here, right? If they do get worse, like dramatically worse, then yeah, you for sure got to start checking. You know what I mean? Start pulling somebody's card. LMN Pro, we should be talking about everything but card. Yeah, facts. Most definitely, yo. The Gaffler in the building, town business. Oakland, California, definitely in the building. Yay! No, I hear you, brother. I'll take 3-1. Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. You got to take that. That's what I'm saying. Being down 14 is only 2 scores. Being down 21 is near impossible. Yeah, that's such a huge gap. It's like if it would have been 17, that's even a dramatic 17 would have been a lot easier. We damn near had 17 points. Carlson just missed a field goal, which is uncharacteristic of him to miss that field goal, right? But you can't expect – it's like we expect our players to play at the elite level. Only a couple players, though. That's it. Only a couple players have to play at an elite level. Outside of that, it can be straight garbo, and you'll just blame one guy. So let's just stay level-headed. Let's just think about it. We're 3-1. We're 3-1. We lost to a division game on the road, although it's a home away from home. Right? It was weird environment. Definitely weird environment. Thunderstorms in LA. In a dome to where you delay it. The only team that went out on the field were the Raiders. The only team ready to play right then were the Raiders. The Chargers never went out on the field. So then they delay it. Then they send the Raiders back in the locker room. And then they send them back out 30 minutes later. I'm not saying that had anything to do with it. But mentally, I'm sure it was like, man, what the hell? And then you got to wait around 30 minutes. You have the butterflies. You probably had to go boo-boo all waiting them 30 minutes because you getting the bubble guts or something because you're nervous. Who knows what the hell happened, man? I don't know. Samoa Raider in the building. Appreciate you pulling up, big dog. This right here, like the most OG Raider content creator that I know of. Doing it. Yo, Samoa Raider been doing it at such a high level. His production, his consistency, his longevity. Shout out Samoa Raider, man. Leatherwood needs that leather on his backside the way he been playing. Almost came back, but it's all good. I mean, the fact that we almost came back, Simone, to me personally, just says a lot about one, the defense, and two, Carr. That's it. That's the biggest things I take away from us almost coming back. And just from the last few games, the defense, yeah, they give up touchdowns, but they literally hold them to a point to where it gives us an opportunity. Look, if y'all motherfuckers go score on at least, you know what I mean, 4 or 5 drives, we win the game. But you're only scoring on 2 drives out of 13 drives. We had 13 drives. We only scored twice out of 13. How do you do that? You had the ball 14 times or 13 times. That's absurd. That's crazy. You only scored twice. And it's all because Carr had to go do some extra stuff. Carr was literally about to get sacked, moves around, running around, throws a couple of dimes to Waller to score, throws a dime to Renfro, like throwing on the run, throwing the deep ball, consistently throwing deep balls to Ruggs. Like, yo, he was out there doing everything he could. Dude was flying all over the field. Flying all over the field. He's going to learn throughout the season. And I'm assuming he's talking about Leatherwood. Leatherwood needs to go back to basic training. My question is, when it comes to the offensive line, it was so, yeah, that boy, oh, KG, that boy Simmons, oh my goodness. Yo, did y'all see that play against Simmons? Did y'all see that play when Simmons came in? It's like Simmons came in, and then you knew Simmons was in. Like, tell me you know what I'm talking about. It's like Simmons came in, and then it's like you immediately realized Simmons was in the game. And I was like, yo, who the hell is that? Who the hell is that? First, I thought it was Cotton. I thought it was Cotton Sr. I'm texting my boy Sanjeet. I'm like, yo, I was like, Cotton got destroyed. He was like, no, that was Simmons. I was like, who the hell is Simmons? And then I go look, I'm like 60. I'm like, dang, that boy got destroyed. That boy got destroyed. That is unacceptable. Like, that's a loss of a down right there automatically. That was a loss of a down. Just completely lost it down. Like, damn. Just because one dude couldn't even get pancaked, dude. You just came in the game, yo. Raid, I agree. Yo, shout out Sean Denohu. Raid, I agree that Gruden needs to call better plays. But you got to admit, it's hard to call good plays when your O-line is that bad. They were in too high, baiting us to run. Exactly, Sean. Yo, Sean, appreciate the comment. Appreciate the common sense. Appreciate the knowledge and intelligence in your comment, man. And yeah, it really takes thought and effort to realize what the hell's going on during the game. And the dude literally says they're playing too high. We couldn't run the ball. When the announcer comes out and says, oh, the Raiders realize they're in the nickel and they're still running the football, but they still can't get it done. That is sad. That is sad when the announcer says the defense is in nickel formation with two high safeties, and we come out in power formations and still can't run the football. That is an issue. We used to be able to run the football against the stacked boxes. Y'all remember that opening game, Monday Night Football against the Broncos, and we just ran the ball down their throats against the Broncos on that Monday Night Football game. I want to say it was 2 years ago. That's the identity that I thought our offense was. Right now, our offense doesn't have an identity. Right now, it's just, you know what? Hopefully, Carr could bring us back. That's our offensive identity. Hopefully, Carr, unless we change the whole offense, not even change the whole offense, it's not really what I mean. What I mean is, unless we emphasize or change our identity to a throwing team. Like, seriously, think about it, y'all. Our identity on offense is supposed to be tough at the line of scrimmage, hard-nosed, tough run, power running football. Like, tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like that's always been our thing, especially Gruden being here. We have to switch that now. We have to switch it to the shotgun. We have to switch it to what the Chargers were doing, to where they're in a shotgun. They got a lot of wide receivers out there. They have a fast running back that you could throw it out to the flats and he can make something happen, which we have in Drake. Just put the ball in Carr's hands and start throwing it. Throw first, run second. Have the pass be successful so it opens up them quick little runs that you want to do out the shotgun. We can't do what we did before because the run's not working. You can't run the ball and then hit the play action pass. The run ain't working. They're not going to eat on the play action pass. They don't care. They don't care if you run the football. And that's the issue I'm having. Nobody cares. Nobody respects our run game. And that's sad. And the time and place of the penalty situational penalties is crucial. We get a first down. Waller gets called for taunting for spiking the ball at his feet. Like, he didn't throw it at the sideline. He didn't throw it at the players. He didn't look at the players or anything like that. He threw it down and walked forwards. And it's like, yo, y'all going to call a penalty on that? And then it's going to put us back to where we were. So we didn't get the yards. So that right there was whack. The offensive line penalties have been happening. They've been happening. You know, it happened last game. Though, like I said earlier, the only thing different this offensive line, Andre James didn't throw it over the Carr's head. That's one thing I will say. This time, Carr didn't throw it over his head. KG with the super chat said, Kenny Drake has been trash, and I thought he was going to be a game-changing player for us. You know what, KG? You got to get a profile pic, KG, because you for surely be dropping some dimes, yo. You be dropping some gems because Kenny Drake has been trash. Let's just be honest. Kenny Drake's been trash. He hasn't been the game changer. I remember watching. Oh, he was playing the Cowboys and he broke for a long run against the Cowboys. I remember him catching screen passes, going for a long run. Him being on the Cardinals, having nice kick returns, and we're starting to see him in the kick return game now. But as far as the run game, obsolete, yo. His run blocking, garbage. If y'all look at the Miami Dolphins game, watch Drake and pass blocking. Oh my goodness, yo. If I did film studies on the bad, just like kind of the bad, that's it. I can't do that because people would think I'm a Raider hater. But yo, those were so crucial, bro. Drake literally gets blown up by a safety trying to pass block. He gets blown through, and makes Carr ends up still getting hit. And that's when Carr made that pass in the Dolphins game to Renfro when Renfro kind of slid, like came back to the inside and slid. Carr was literally like falling over, throwing it, like nearly getting hit because Drake gets blown up. Go watch that play where Carr threw it to Renfro for that good pass against the Dolphins and watch Drake. He gets destroyed. And Drake, we paying him $11 million next year, right? Drake gets $11 million next year. Hey, that's what the hell. I would have rather have kept Gabe Jackson and Rodney Hudson at that price. Shit, I think we're still paying Rodney Hudson. I could have sworn this morning I seen something say we're paying Rodney Hudson $11 million still this year. We're paying Rodney Hudson $11 million to play for the Cardinals. We're paying Rodney Hudson. Samal Ryder says Rookie of the Year. Appreciate it, brother. You definitely putting in work. Appreciate you, dog. Rookie of the Year is hard, man. I entered the year with a lot of rookies. And what I mean is what we're talking about is Raider content creators. You got Andy Wi-Fi. You got Andy Wi-Fi. Of course, Honcho, which is probably undisputedly Rookie of the Year right now. Of course, myself. Plenty of other dudes out there. So that's a tough one. Appreciate it though. Oos. What do you call it? Oos. Yo, shout out Simone, man. Is James snapping troubles behind him? O-line need to improve. Is James snapping troubles behind him? O-line need to improve. James snapping troubles behind him? No. I wouldn't say that. I would say this is James' first game without snapping troubles. So that is showing his improvement, right? Maybe next game he has snapping troubles. And then the game after that he doesn't. Then he does again. And then a couple games he doesn't. And then he does. And then the rest of the season is clean, right? So it's just progression. So I think he's progressing and he's getting more comfortable. He's just built. You have to give these time. We can complain. We can gripe. We can say how bad the offensive line has been, but at the same time, we have to understand how young they are. Their professional experience. These dudes barely have any professional experience at all, right? So you have to give them that chance to develop. And if you think about it, they're all different. James didn't start for us. Simpson didn't start for us. Illuminor and Alex Leatherwood. We only have one guy on the offensive line that started for us last year. Just one. And Colt Miller. Colt Miller's played more games in the NFL than the rest of our offensive line has combined. Like, y'all think about that. You feel me? Think about Alex Leatherwood's games, Andre James, Simpson, Illuminor. Add all of their career starts. You could just add all their career games up. And I guarantee they don't add up to what Colt Miller has done or add up to how many Colt Miller has played. So that just speaks to the experience to what our offensive line has. And not only that, Colin Miller, y'all remember Colin Miller's rookie season. I know y'all remember Colin Miller's rookie season. Sheesh. So you just gotta give him a little bit of time. I'm gonna give him time. Y'all know I be hard on the team. And y'all know I'm gonna talk my shit about the offensive line. They ain't been playing well. But at the same time, I gotta take a step back and look at it and say, we're 3-1 with this offensive line. Alex Leatherwood gave up a sack against Watt, gave up a sack against Bosa. Who has it? Especially for a rookie. So definitely got to give them some time, but definitely be crucial and critical of them at the same time. Frank White says Deshaun Watson, Derek Carr. Y'all trying to get me started this morning. Y'all trying to get me started this morning with some bullshit comment like that. That right there is something else. Who's a certified lover boy and who needs to step up? The boy, funny. Certified lover boy. Richie is killing us. Yeah, man. If we had Richie, man, it'd be a big difference. Even a running gun would be better than what we're doing now. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. We have no offensive identity. So if we were to change it to be more running gun, it would change dramatically because it would probably help open up the run. So I'm not sure what Gruden is. I'm not sure what Gruden's offensive identity or game plan is going on right now. We'll come back. Only one nation. Yeah, most definitely we'll bounce back. We got them week 17. We got to pull up on them and make sure we remember that, hey, look, it's time to get things cracking. Sup, Redder Way, Redder Queen. Shout out Redder Queen for pulling up. You see Everett in the building. People overreact. If Carlson makes it 21-17 with 11 minutes left, the Bulls got to go 75, 80 yards instead of 50 to go up by 14. Raiders were pathetic in the first half and still made it the game. Exactly, Everett. That's what I was saying earlier. Carlson has played very good. Carlson's from 50 or more has kicked very well. So you let him get that opportunity. 21-17, like you said. The defense goes out there, tries to get them either stops them, the defense either stops them or only gives a field goal, right? Then it's still only a one-possession game. Gives us the opportunity to go score a touchdown. So E.C. Everett hit the nail right on the head. You feel me? Wesley John 87. Yo, what's good with you, dog? I haven't seen Wesley John in a good minute. He said, no, we don't need to give them more time. The rest of the team is ready to win now. We need to demand more from the coaches and Mayock, who destroyed the O-line at a time when the team is ready. The only thing, Wesley, I would say to that, because I agree. I definitely understand what you're saying. I agree. And the offensive line needs to step up now because the offensive line is better now, then we'll make a good run. Our run game will be better. Our pass game obviously will be better. But at the same time, dog, where are you going to get offensive line from at this time of the year? That's kind of like my question. Where are you going to get competent offensive line, right? Because I feel like right now the two main guys that personally I would replace on the offensive line, which is interesting because when you say the offensive line needs to change, how many need to change? Let's talk. Oh man, chat, help me out, chat gang. Please help me out. If we were to fix the offensive line, how many offensive linemen will we have to replace? How many? Andre James, Alex Leatherwood, John Simpson too? Will we have to replace all three? Like, are they that bad to where we have to replace all three? I know people want to move Leatherwood to right guard, put Nick Martin in that center, right? People want to do all sorts of things. I'm just trying to think, like, how many damn offensive linemen can we go get? Not only that, how many do we have to replace? You feel me? Max Rader in the building. Our problem was Jacobs coming back and Gruden seeing they gave up 100 plus, so he thought we would run through them. Oh, yeah. You right. You know what? You right to it. You right. But at the same time, when you look at how the Chargers were playing defense, it was like they were asking us to run the ball. Honestly, they did the opposite. Instead of loading the box, instead of the Chargers loading the box, saying, "Oh, we're going to stop the run and force you to pass," they did the opposite. They say, "We're going to force you to run the football on us." That's basically how I felt like what the Chargers' mindset was. We're going to force you to run the football. And in my opinion, shit, even if they are playing pass, and this is what I was talking about with the identity earlier. We have to figure out our offensive identity. We just need to change our identity and play to the strength of what we are right now in offense. That's throwing the football. Change the identity instead of coming out in the game, freaking throwing running the ball 2 times and throwing it and it's incomplete. Then you got to punt it. Throw the ball 2 times. Throw the football, run the football, then throw the football. Throw it, and then run if it's short yardage or just something. Just don't run, then pass. That irritates me. The run, pass on a drive, then punting it gets on my nerves. It just gets on my nerves. Our run isn't our strength right now. So we just need to pass the ball. You seen they were in nickel with 2 high safeties. Ruggs is still out there burning them. Renfro's still killing them underneath. What's the point of, well, who cares? Who cares if they know we're going to throw the football? It's just like when we used to run the football and they used to load the box. We didn't care that they loaded the box. We were still running the football. Right down their throats. They can't do nothing about it. Let's still pass the football. They can't do nothing about it. Who's going to cover Ruggs going deep downfield? Who's going to cover Renfro doing his crazy routes underneath? Or Waller doing flags, doing out routes. You know what I mean? Doing posts. You're not going to be able to cover all that. We need to come out, change our identity, and just put the ball in Carr's hands and say, look, we're going to start throwing the ball all around. And once the pass starts opening up and they start getting a little antsy with the pass, boom, hit them with the run right up the middle. Open up the run with your pass because that's what we're going to have to do, So I don't know how many times I got to repeat that. Sean says, I said after week 1 that we're going to need Rashard for his pass blocking. And I got laughed out the room. I'm not sure who was laughing at you. But the person that was probably the people that was laughing was probably the same ones that wanted to trade Carr this offseason or something. I don't know, man. Oh, good question, Julian. Go for that 4th and 3. Let me go ahead and look at that 4th and 3 so I remember exactly where we're at on the field and everything like that. How did y'all feel about going for it? So was that 4th and 3? So that 4th and 3, Julian, that 4th and 3 was on the Chargers 37-yard line. That's the one you must be talking about. That 4th and 3 was on the Chargers 37-yard line. We went for it, and we did not get the first. Yep. Oh, my gosh, bro. Just looking at this makes my goddamn head hurt. So it was 1st and 10 on the Chargers 44-yard line. We ran it with Jacobs. Got 5 yards. We ran it again with Jacobs. We got 3 yards. We ran it again with Jacobs, and we got -1 yards. So now it's 4th and 3. We run it with Jacobs, and it's no gain. This is the drive. I'm telling y'all. This is 13 minutes and 26 seconds left in the second quarter. We have the ball on the Chargers 44-yard line, down 7-0. What the hell? Just looking at how the plays, when you actually read it and look at it on paper, Julian, it looks crazy because 1st and 10 at the Chargers 44, a 5-yard run with Jacobs. A 3-yard one with Jacobs. It's 3rd and 2 now. We run it with Jacobs and lose a yard. It's 4th and 3 now. We run it with Jacobs and there's no gain. That is play calling. That is play calling. Like, what? What? Kick the field. Oh, man. Now I think about it. I'm not even going to talk about going for it or not, but running it again and 4th and 3. Oh, my God. What the hell? What the hell? I seen somebody ask about Lombardi's interview. I want to find that comment real quick. I need to turn this fan on. It's getting a little warm. I got the window open so I get that natural lighting. I got the window cracked so it ain't too hot. I'll be right back. I gotta turn this light switch on. I gotta turn this fan on. This mug right here got me hot. Night. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go watch the Chargers post game interviews because I heard Boza was talking mess. You seen the Chargers posted? Y'all seen the Chargers post about Let me see. Chargers had made a post and it said just one baby. They was talking mess. Can y'all see that? Why don't this thing focus? Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to see that. But the Chargers posted something that said just one baby. Like, how trolling, like, how desperate are you to troll? Like, how desperate? Like, are y'all that? Yeah, fuck out of here, Chargers. Weak ass Chargers. I love the way we fought back. Yeah, most definitely, man. We had fight. But the thing is, we knew that. We knew that. We knew that, most definitely. The Chargers have this last night win. They're going to choke the division back to us. Hopefully, bro. Okay, there it was. Ryan, he said, yo, have you watched any of the interviews with Mike Lombardi? He used to work with Al. Mike Lombardi? Yes, I have. Yes, I have watched the interviews with Mike Lombardi. He gives pretty good insight when he talks about stuff. He was saying how the Raiders were making good decisions and people were saying it was questionable. So, yeah, I remember. He says we are still trash. For real? The one I watched, is this new? Because the one I watched, he was actually saying we made decent decisions and everybody was saying it was questionable. And we actually, so it might be a different one. Carr can't take a sack there. I think Carlson would have made it if it was a little closer. Yeah. Most definitely, man. Situationally, you can't take that sack. But at the same time, Carlson did miss to the left a little bit. So even if it was some more yards made, I don't know. I'm not really going to dwell on that too much. Like, oh, he took a sack, so now you're out of field goal range. I don't really think so. It was like a 52, 53, 4-yarder. So I wouldn't really dwell too much on that. John Rendon with the super chat. Appreciate it, though. He says, throw it deep to Ruggs more. I feel like this game we did just in the beginning of the game, the first half, we need to see those deep passes early. Like, we need to see those deep passes earlier in the game. So then it opens up the defense. It makes the defense play further back. Then you can actually maybe run the football because they're not just constantly pressuring the box. Throw them deep passes early. Start beating them early deep. Have them scared. Have them worried. Start panicking and grabbing onto wide receivers. You've seen it work because we got the play action. We got the pass interference on Ruggs. We had a nice deep ball to Ruggs. They were working. So I don't see why we don't do that in the first half. Like, we need to do that in the first half. Continuously do that. And I know we did it in the game against – what game was it? Was it maybe we didn't. Maybe we didn't do it, actually. Now, Andrew Ray burn up. Man, it was getting toasty up in this thing, man. I had to turn the fan on real quick. I thought having the window open would have been cool, but I think the sun's starting to blast the window. Play calling was equivalent to Little League. Yeah, bro, it was worse than Little League. It was worse than Little League, bro, because at least in Little League, you change up the play calling. You make different decisions. I remember playing Little League and my coaches, screaming and yelling and subbing players out. No, you don't just run the ball 3 freaking times and then punt it or whatever the case may be. Or run the ball 4 times and it's a turnover on downs. You ran the ball 4 times in a row with Jacobs and it's a turnover on downs. What kind of drive is that? What kind of drive is that? Let Chargers convert on 2 4 downs, bro. Yeah, them flats, they killed us in the flats. I mean, it was 4th and 2. Boom, they hit us in the flats. You feel me? They did make a good play with Cook. They did make a good play on with Cook, and you can't really say too much. Just made a good play. Perriman was there. Perriman had pretty good coverage. He put his hand in between his arms to kind of get it out, but it was just a good play, man. Brian Edwards open on that play. Yeah, I remember Carr talking about it. Said the homies locked up. Said Gruden got to do better. Yeah, most definitely loyal to the soil. That's facts. We didn't play to our potential, and we haven't all year. This is what I'm saying. We haven't played to our potential, but we haven't all year. We didn't play to our potential against the Ravens, the Steelers, or Dolphins. And I feel like people in their mind think just because we won those games means we haven't figured out, or mean that we should be winning every game or something like that. But no, we haven't figured it out whatsoever. Like, we have potential, but we still have a lot of things we have to work out. And I feel like the defense side of the ball has it worked out a lot more than the offensive side of the ball. The defensive side of the ball is pretty stout. It's pretty fundamentally sound. They know who they are. They know what they do. Max Rader, DC missed on the big plays all night. I wouldn't say he missed on the big plays all night. How did he get 14 points? I mean, how do you miss on big plays all night, but you're the only person moving the football? I don't know. I mean, Frank White kind of sound like a Carr hater. Gruden can't be that stupid, but Carr should have changed the play. He had fault too. I mean, I'm not. That's the thing, bro. I don't know. Some of y'all just try to find a way to blame Carr. I feel like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Some of y'all feel like are just miserable to the point to where y'all just try to find the best person to complain about. Just trying to find anything. That shit weird to me. Yeah, we for surely could have came back. They better keep that energy for the next game. That's what I'm saying. That next game is gonna be That next game gonna be crazy. And it's gonna be crazy up in Vegas. Last game of the year, division, and I'm sure that game gonna have a lot of meaning. It's gonna probably decide a play. It's probably gonna be a division. It's gonna be a division deciding game for the division. So it's gonna be crucial. That last game gonna be crucial. Yeah, Chargers. He said Chargers feeling themselves right now. It's funny because it's just funny because they just doing extra stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like they wasn't over here doing hooping and hollering when it was KC, but now it's funny because the 49ers, even 40, bro, it's funny because even 49er fans, Dallas Cowboys fans, if we lose, it's like other fans will say something. It's like, bro, what is wrong with y'all? It's like, y'all hate the Raiders that much? Like, oh, it's we lost, but at least the Raiders lost too. It's like, what the hell? Like, where's y'all mind at? Y'all weird. Y'all weird. I seen somebody post this. It's a good week. The Cowboys won. The Raiders lost. The 49ers lost. I'm like, yo, the Raiders aren't even in the Cowboys division. They're not in y'all conference. Like, why are you worried about what the hell we doing? The one thing we didn't do in the first 3 games was pass the ball early and often. Yeah, for surely, Callie. Like, we have to pass the ball early. Like, instead of the run game, it has to be the pass game, right? They have to do the opposites. We have to pass to open up we have to pass to open up the run. You get to talk when you win. We'll see them again. They're not used to winning, and it shows. Oh, that's just funny, man. I mean, it's a good point. Them boys is out here just doing whatever they want, trolling. Good morning, Jackie Chun 420 on your wake and bake. Dang, it's already 10:55. Dang, it's already been an hour and 15 minutes. We got punched in our mouth and got that L. Now time to get up and make our run on these next games. Yeah, for sure. That's the thing, though. We got punched every single game so far. We've been punched in the mouth, metaphorically speaking. We've been punched in the mouth every single game so far. We've been down every single game so far. Like, we've had to do this. It's just not going to hurt. It's just not going to work when you go down 21 against a good team. The Chargers aren't bad. The Chargers aren't a bad team. They just didn't do well. The Raiders just don't do well in the beginning of the games, and we haven't played well in any of the beginning of any of our games. This game is no different. Yeah, Meek for showing up and doing pretty well, man. So I want to see a Meek out there, and see how he does. See how he does next week if he gets the opportunity to start. Because we don't know if Mullen, how Mullen, Arnett, and Hobbs, where their health is at right now. So, Reddit Fire 3.0, right? Haters going to hate. Yeah, it's like you're gonna be like, yeah, I remember Carr did this one thing, and because of that, he was da-da-da. And I was like, what? I was like, what are you talking about? You mean so you're just gonna excuse the whole offensive line, the fact we have no run game, we have no offensive line. Carr misses one throw, that's why we lost. Like, what are y'all talking about, bro? Like, he's the only reason we're winning the damn games. Like, literally. Carr didn't even have opportunities. Carr threw the ball less than Herbert. Like, do y'all realize Carr threw the ball less than Herbert threw the ball? How? How is Herbert throwing? Why does Herbert have more attempts than Carr, but we're down 21-0 at some point? That boggles me. We were down 14-0, 7-0. We were down the whole game. How is Carr throwing have less attempts than Herbert, but we're down the entire game? I just don't. That's because Gruden trying that run. He's trying to force the run. I'm like, what are you doing, Gruden? Why are we sitting here and looking at the numbers and it just doesn't match up? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But do you think Leatherwood picked this game up in the second half? I think Leatherwood is the same. I keep saying this, man. And honestly, it's just the same thing. I think he's a rookie. He's playing against Joey Bosa. When he played the Steelers and he gave up a sack, he gave up a sack. He was playing Watt and he gave up the sack. So he's gonna have to learn that these pass rushers are pretty freaking good, right? These are the pros, and you have to give these young guys a chance to build up. You have to give these young guys a chance to have an opportunity to progress. And kind of to my point earlier is that Andre James snapping looked better this week. It just looked better this week. And is it because something changed, or is it because he's getting better and he's progressing, right? He's progressing, his production is becoming better. So I think that's kind of just part of it. You have to give these guys a chance. But let's talk about how we need third down stops on defense. Sergio, the thing is, you're not going to stop every single third down. You're just not. How many third downs do you want to stop? Every single one? Because it's not going to happen. If you give a team the ball 13 times, right? Let's just make an even number to 12. If you give an offense the ball 12 times, how many times do you expect to stop them? Sergio, like, put that number in your head. How many times do you expect to stop an offense if you give them the ball 12 times? You said how many rings the Chargers got? Exactly. Get out of here. Chargers ain't got none. You feel me? Exactly, Tater. How many rings the Chargers got? None. Exactly, Tater. Yo, Raid, what was your MOS? I was a diesel mechanic, 91 Bravo. Jesse Rhoda says Carr needs to say F Gruden and call the play he feels is going to work at the moment. Yeah, most definitely. And we were talking about it last night. It was like Carr really didn't make a bunch of audibles. Carr didn't make a bunch of audibles in that first half. But you notice in that second half, when he was just slinging the ball out there and he was doing his thing, we were actually doing something. But you notice in the first half, the scripts didn't work. The scripted plays didn't work. It just didn't. So unless Carr literally makes a bunch of checks, makes an audible, starts doing the checks, that's the only way we're going to be successful. It's like Carr is literally out there changing the play and then making his own custom play because what Gruden calls it, and that's basically what y'all saying. Y'all basically want Carr just to take over the game. And I wouldn't be mad at that. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad at that. I would rather Gruden be quiet. At least when it comes to them scripted play, that script shit, because it's not helping us in the first half. It's not helping us start fast. Frank White says, when we get Deshaun Watson, y'all gonna cry. Why would I see? That's the dog. Yeah. He said Merrick is a blanket, great second round pick. Yeah, Merrick is disciplined, dude. At that single high, Merrick is pretty disciplined. The only thing I want to see from Merrick is him jumping some routes now. Right? He's still getting his feet up underneath him, but I definitely want to see him start. Damn dog. He said Merrick is a blank. Yeah. So the only thing I want to see from Merrick is see if he could jump some routes. He did make a beautiful play in the middle of the field to have that pass breakup, which ultimately got converted, which is unfortunate. But yeah, we don't see the Chargers till the end of the season, so it's going to be a tough one. He said, that's dope, bro. My dumbass was an 11 Bravo. What years were you in, though? What years were you in? Because being 11 Bravo, you know, in 2000, in the early 2000s to like 2011 or something like that, it was rough, brother. It was rough. But if he was 11, yeah, if he was 11 Bravo for 2010 and 2016, oh, okay. So, yeah, you got the tail end. It must have got boring there at the end. A lot of just bullshit at the end of that, at the end of your career because it was boring. Wasn't a whole lot going on. Not a whole lot going on. I don't know who this dude. This dude must be a troll. He just in here talking about Watson. I don't know. What are you talking about Watson for, bro? You trying to help him with a massage? Like, what is exactly you doing, Frank White? Frank White out here trying to help Deshaun Watson with a massage. I'm not sure what Frank White trying to do. Just DM him, bro. Tell him you trying to make something shake. I don't know what you got going on in your mind, but you're doing too damn much. Doing too much. Bro said, damn, Raid, how old are you? Yeah. Why you say that? No, can't you? Why you say, damn, Raid, how old are you? Why you say that? Why you say, damn, how old are you? Where you at, Knock Andrew? I'm trying to see. Ray Light. He said Ray Light 26. I was in the Army 6 years. I was in the Army 6 years. Yeah. Oh, he says I was a 12 Bravo. He said 12 Bravo was a combat engineer. Yeah, combat engineer. That's dope, bro. Are you still like an engineer? Do you still work like in the city, like maybe like bridge, working on bridges or something like that? No, but I'm 28, y'all. Like he's on it. He said you like 28, huh? Yeah, I'm 28, man. I'm 28. I joined the military when I was the Army when I was 20. I got out in 2000. I got out in 2000, basically 2019. I basically got out the Army in 2019, joined in 2013. Yep. I was a 91 Bravo. I was a diesel mechanic. I was at 82nd. Oh, look, you said Airborne 91 Bravo. Yo, shout out to you, bro. Where was you at? Was you in 82nd? I was in 82nd Airborne Division. Me, I say aerosol because I'm an aerosol. You know, I thought aerosol was dope. Aerosol was dope, man. Repelling from the helicopter. That was one of the coolest experiences that I've ever had in my life. Like, I don't know a lot of people that could say, "Hey, I repelled from a helicopter." Like, helicopter hovering high in the sky, you know, go on a rope and then slide down like you're doing some Mission Impossible type shit. Like, I was like, "Yo, I'm actually doing some crazy shit right now." People at home wouldn't believe what the hell I'm doing, but yeah, the Army has some fun experiences, man. Eric 11 Bang Bang. He said, I swear I thought you was like 25, 26. Yeah. Everybody calls me the young, like, say I'm one of the young content creators. You know what I mean? One of the youngsters, one of the little brothers. It's like, yeah, you ain't gonna little bro me, man. I've already been through already done had a career and working on another career doing. So I don't like when people try to little bro me. I'll tell you that much. Appreciate the super chat, dog. He says, this is why we should have kept Muse, KJ, Kukowski, and sometimes Perriman can't cover it. No, most definitely, man. And I don't think it's hard to say, man, because I don't think it's so much we should have kept Muse. I think it's more of the fact that we know we have guys on the roster already that are fast and that are potentially better, right? You can't say that Muse is better than KJ, Kwiatkowski, and Perriman because you got to think about it. Those are our only linebackers. Those are literally the only linebackers that we have because Murrow is hurt, Javin White is hurt, and Diablo. I mean, he's not hurt, but is Diablo better than KJ, Kwiatkowski, or Perriman? So with Muse, it's kind of tough because I feel like they probably thought Diablo would have ended up being that guy Muse replaced, but we not even see Diablo in the game. We haven't even seen Diablo in the game, so I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like, why didn't we see Diablo in defense last night? What's up, Braid? Yep, look, Casey in the building. I think he's an engineer. Casey an engineer. I think so. He said, "Sorry for the detours. Let's get back to the Raiders." Yeah, man, we was a little bit of Army talk, man. Just a little bit of Army talk. That's it. Yeah, 12 Bravo. Yeah, we got another 12 Bravo in here, combat engineer. That's a dope. I feel like that's one of the dopest jobs you could ever get. But let me not start going down that rabbit hole right quick. But actually, man, we're approaching. Honestly, the time flew by. It's been a second. Oh, 2 ACR. Oh, the poke. Oh, that's so gross. That man said poke. I'm sorry, brother. Get out of there. He said, I heard so many airborne fails. Yeah, man. You would get random alerts. You would get random, there'd be random stuff on the news, people dying, people breaking their legs, people breaking their back, tailbone. Airborne is pretty dangerous, man. Airborne is pretty dangerous, man. But that's why I kind of like aerosol, dog, because aerosol's dope. Like the helicopter, just the feeling. It's the feeling you get. But airborne, I mean, I'm sure there ain't no feeling like jumping out of a perfectly fine airplane. Where you at Fort Carson? No, I was at Fort Bragg, North Carolina the whole time. I was at 82nd Airborne Division the whole time, man. I mean, I'm 35. We're gonna be out here dropping all our ages and shit. But no, man. He said, "Thank you for all your service. You are heroes." Hey, man. Appreciate the recognition. That's all I always like to say. Appreciate the recognition because being in the Army is stressful because they could do whatever the hell you want. I remember one time. Well, the only time I got an Article 15 field grade. If y'all don't know a field grade Article 15, I want to say it's the worst Article 15 you can get. Article 15 is basically a write-up. Like you getting in trouble, like you doing something stupid. And man, I did something stupid one time, and boy, I had to do extra duty. And in the Army, you have to do physical training in the morning at like 5. Like you got to get there like not 5, 6 o'clock. Do your physical training. You get off of work, whatever, at like 6 o'clock at night. Yo, extra duty. You got to go back to work. After you get off work, you have to go back to work when you have extra duty. And then you go back to work for until like 10, 11, 12 at night. And it's, oh my gosh, bro. You never want to that shit right there, man. That shit right there. He said I got to do Eagle Towers. Oh, we got Air Force in the building. Yeah, we going down. God damn it, Ryan. Look at Ryan, man. Ryan out here again. Yeah, he must be 98. 98 golf here. Okay. The hell is a 98 golf? Is that a Cook? Is that a Cook? Is a 98 golf a Cook? I don't remember what I don't remember. Till midnight, bro. I feel you. Feel me? Like I want to say midnight every night. Sometimes I would. Sometimes they would be cool. Like the NCYC would be cool and be like, you could go stuff like that. But the Army's dope, man. Especially like ranking up. Becoming sergeant. All that stuff. Like your career progression. It's all on you, and that's what I liked about the Army. Like I became an NCO. In 3.5 years, I became a sergeant. I think it was 3.5 years I became a sergeant. And it was fun, the whole road, you know what I mean? The whole road to the path and all that stuff. Oh, military intelligence. I was way off. A Cook and military intelligence are way different. Shout out to you, bro, man. You out there trying to find the hackers and scammers or trying to figure out what the hell people are doing behind the scenes. Yes, sir. He's the only real soldiers get articles. Yeah, bro. If you ain't get Article 15, you ain't doing shit. I'll tell you that right now. If you ain't get Article 15, you ain't doing shit. You ain't having fun. But don't get no Article 15 overseas or nothing like that, because then it'll be whew. You don't want to get Article 15 on deployment or nothing like that. What's good, Ray? I'm 46. I've been a Raiders fan all my life. 3 Super Bowls in my lifespan. Yo, good for you, bro, because I've been a Raider fan my whole life, and shit, we've been to the playoffs like 3 or 4 times. So he said he became a Raider fan in 83, but not diehard until 88, 89. Okay. That man, he a diehard fan when he knows the date he became a diehard fan. I feel like I've always been a diehard fan. But I guess not. There was a period in my life I just didn't watch football at all, honestly. You got a lot of stuff going on, but when things settle down, you can get back into it. Cryptic linguist, 98 golf. Holy shit. Yeah, I remember a lot of some Russian people I had met in the Army. They did some stuff like that. They needed people that spoke Russian in the Army. I wonder why. Is it an overreaction to say we got exposed? Good question. Let's get back to football. Appreciate this, Lawrence Zemas. Emnos. Dang, I don't even know how you would say that. Someone help me with that. But is it an overreaction to say we got exposed? Yes. Yes, I would say it's an overreaction to say we got exposed, and this is why. We have been playing the same way every single game. Nothing got exposed. We've done the same thing. We were down in all our games. The offensive line has been bad in all our games. Carr has had to come back and try to do something crazy in all of our games. The only difference in this game is that they scored 1 extra touchdown. I'm telling you, they scored 1 extra touchdown. That's it. And it was right before the end of the half. And if they wouldn't have gotten that and we would have just closed the half out 14-0, it would have been completely different. But that extra possession, making it 3 possession game, is too hard because in the second half, you get less possessions. It's just you just get less possessions. People try to run the clock out. It's more situational in the second half. You're running out of time. You have to have more time management. So people chew up the clock more. So you get less possessions. You're in more strenuous situations, and you have to force more things. And when you have to do it 3 times in a row, telling your quarterback basically at this point, you have to score for us because the running game won't do it. The offensive line can barely block. And the defense is only playing pass because they don't give a shit about your run. So you're basically saying, Derek Carr, you have to play perfect. You literally have to go out there and not even play perfect. It's like you have to do more than what you need to do. You feel me? Like, come on, man. He's literally running around. He's running around the offensive lineman, like weaving. throwing darts. Did y'all not see that drive when he threw it twice to Darren Waller? He was tweaking on that one. I was like, yo, I texted my boy CNG like, yo, that was Carr is tripping right now. He is tripping right now. He's trying. He's trying. You feel me? So Zemnis. Kingdom of Hearts fan. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know nothing about Kingdom of Hearts, brother. I don't know. I just know that Kingdom of Hearts is Disney. Something like that. This dude, Sergio, bro, he keeps saying the homies locked up. The homies locked up said this and that. What are you sending them kites or some shit? Or are you locked up right now, Sergio, and you on your phone in your cell watching me? If you are, tell all the homies to subscribe. First off, and I appreciate you holding it down from Folsom or wherever you at. I'm just fucking around. Take a look at Stabler stats, bro. The dude you don't know what you're talking about. What? Take a look at Stabler stats, bro. The dude you don't know. I got to figure that one out. You might have to say that one more time, White Tyson. White Tyson, you're right when we win a playoff game. I missed what. The dude so happy we lost, so he could enter the chat and try and blame Carr. Okay, I see the context. I understand the context, brother. I understand the context. Yeah, there's Carr. I don't know what it is about Carr and people just coming out of nowhere being like, oh, to try to find something what Carr did wrong. Like Carr could have played the same way if the run game would have been there. I don't know if we would have done something different play calling in the first half. Rated tape, just one loss. Every team in the NFL has at least one loss besides Cardinals. Exactly. Like we won our first three. We just lost a pretty close divisional game. You guys got to think about it like this also. I felt like we should have been down 28-0. I feel like the end of the game, it should have been like 34-14 or something. To be honest, it's crazy to think that at one point in the game, we had the ball and it was 21-14. And at the halftime, it was 21-0. It says a lot. Just because we lost 24-14 doesn't say we got our asses whipped because you guys got your ass whipped. Did you watch the game? We literally had the ball and it was 21-14. What right? So he said, any of you guys in Hunter's live when he called out the play action to Ruggs? I don't know. That just popped in my head. No, I wasn't on the live, man. I was chilling yesterday, dog. I was supposed to pull up the Hunter's live. I ended up just chilling, watching the game in peace. Because I was kind of taking a break from YouTube just for some personal things. I had to get my mental right. And kind of just settle down and figure some things out. So I took a break from YouTube, but I'm back. I'm back today. I'm feeling good. Popped out last night real late. It was like, shit. We was out there till like midnight. So Shin-Chan, my son, if I was Carl, I would play some Fresno State highlights for Gruden and tell him, look what I can do. I would definitely show him that, but also put Devontae Adams highlights of him and Devontae Adams and Carr at Fresno State highlights and show Gruden and be like, this is what I can do. But also, next offseason, if you want, you could also go get this wide receiver that I have chemistry with and Devontae Adams. If we had Devontae Adams, him and Ruggs, based on how Ruggs is playing right now, sheesh. With Waller, oh my goodness, with Waller, wow. Like that would be some next level. That would be some next level. That would be some next level shit, yo. Like what the hell? Yeah, Mullen hurt his foot. I don't believe actually. I heard that it was a tough one, man. I heard it was a tough one, man. That it would potentially may have a broken bone in his foot. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. But let's look, see if we have any of the latest news on Mullen or anything new popped up. I don't think anything new popped up. Okay, so check this out. Keyshawn Nixon returns from IR. Trayvon Mullen with the foot injury. Damon Arnett with the groin. Nate Hobbs with a concussion. Casey Hayward with leg cramps. I don't think that really was just. So basically, we're down to Meek Robinson, Keyshawn Nixon, and Casey Hayward. Now with the concussions get tricky. I don't know the exact Balenciaga fetish. Carr isn't a Super Bowl quarterback. He's never even played in a playoff game. I mean, I know that. Tell me something I don't know. I know he hasn't played in the playoff game. He isn't a Super Bowl quarterback. He hasn't played in the Super Bowl, so he can't be a Super Bowl quarterback. Balenciaga fetish, you should change your username to Mr. Obvious. Mullen is out for the season, they said. Who said that? The dude, they don't want to hear the truth. What's the truth, Frank White? Mr. Troll? Change. The funny thing is, both of y'all, these two trolls right here, Balenciaga Fetish and Frank White, he got pictures of Rolexes in his profile picture. This dude has Balenciaga Fetish. Can you even afford Balenciaga? And do you even own a Rolex? Bruh, Carr hasn't even played in the league for 20 years. What are you talking about? My thing fall? My thing fell. My thing fell. My thing fall? Damn. Sometimes my sons be in here just messing around. Oh, so Balenciaga Fetish is a Chargers fan? Are you a Chargers fan? No playoff wins since 2002. Is that more obvious? No playoff wins. Are you a Chargers fan? Who said Carr played for 20 years? The fuck you talking about? You literally said Carr hasn't played any playoff games and then said no playoff appearance in 20 or no playoff wins or whatever in 20 years. I don't know. What are you what is this, a Chargers fan? Are we getting a bunch of trolls? What happened? I don't got no moderators. Might have to start getting some more moderators in this mug. Might have to start getting some more moderators in this mug. Let me see. Because I did add a bunch of moderators. I did. And so I would think some of y'all up in here. Let's see. Do we have any moderators up in this thing? Okay, yeah, Boy George Strait. What you mean, boy? I see Boy George Strait. Earlier you asked how do you get the wrench next to your name? Don't you have it says you're a moderator? Yeah. I don't want anybody blocking people. Leave the blocking up to me. Y'all could if someone says anything like crazy, like racist, sexist, basically that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? Or start calling people, the B, the B word or something like that. Then just mute them. Just mute them, but don't block people. If you're a moderator, do not block people. Just let me block people. I'm not big on blocking people though, so I'm not big on blocking people. So yeah, so Boy George Strait is a moderator. Yeah, I remember you asking me, bro. So remember you asking me Raider Carlos. I'm gonna have to make Raider Carlos a mod. Yeah. I'm gonna probably have to make Raider Carlos a mod. For sure. All right, we got a super chat right here. Laverian Savage. Josh Allen is not a Super Bowl quarterback. He never played in the Super Bowl. Same with Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott, etc. A lot of fans smoke a lot of rock, obviously. That boy on that Hubble rock. Efren. Oh, yep. I can make Efren a mod. Let me write it down real quick. Efren, Lopez, and Raider Carlos. Raider Carlos. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make freedom of speech. Yeah, for surely. Give them the boot. Nah, we gonna chill, man. I'm not really tripping off other teams or trolls like that. Um, Said don't block me. Nah, we're not finna block you. Just go ahead and speak your mind, player. Um, do your thing. Who's this? The dude. Frank White. Carr does things that scare me. Last night was not all Carr's fault. Hmm. Chargers were the better team last night, period. End of story. Yeah, for sure. They were for sure the better team. So it's like, I'm not even tripping. We were down 21-0. The score ended up be 28-14. Like we had to literally play the worst first half of the season for them to win. Like that's how I see it. We literally had to play the worst game, the worst football of the season in the first half, score 0 points, have 50 yards of offense for them to win. They're up 21-0 at the half, and we still so. Right. South Point says nothing wrong with liking another team. Just keep it respectful. Don't come in here just to troll us. Yeah. Don't be a weirdo, bro. If you got something intelligent to speak on, then go ahead and have an intelligent. We could have an intelligent, healthy debate. But if you're not speaking in good faith, then there's no point to talk to you, brother. There's no point. Frank White, Raid. I'm a Raider fan, but Carr is aging and the third best in the division, and you can't. Third best in the division? Oh my gosh, bro. I don't know, man. I'm not picking Herbert over Carr. Did y'all just not watch Herbert miss hella throws last night? It's like y'all see Carr miss a couple of throws, but he's dropping freaking dimes. The only reason we're scoring points, but then Herbert can his Mike Williams, Keenan Allen do literally nothing. All Herbert did is check it down all night, and all of a sudden he's the hottest thing since fucking TV. Like what the hell? Y'all tripping, bro. Maybe for the future, but right now, no, definitely not. Omar says our first round are bust and no run game. Yeah, we spoke on this earlier, man. It's like, yo, what's up with our first round choices? What's up with our first round choices? You got Arnett, you got Leatherwood, you got Miller, Clee, Jacobs. Who else am I missing? I said Arnett. Is that it right there? That probably it right there. Our best first round draft pick. Oh, hey, Jonathan Abram. Okay, our best first round draft pick is probably Josh Jacobs, which is hurt. Arnett, jeez. So our best first round pick so far is probably Jacobs, Miller, Abram, and then the rest are just not even worth bringing up right now. Leatherwood's out there. We know we could ride off Arnett and Clee at this point. You know what I mean? So them first round picks are looking rough. And it was like we really could have made something happen with them first round picks with the Cleveland Farrell, but we're not gonna go down that road. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit. About this Bears game. Go ahead. I want some score predictions. Chat. Make sure you hit that like button, please. If y'all new here, hit the sub button. I do film studies. I do live shows like this. And I'll be having guests. I'll be on Honcho's show. I'll be on Grab's show. I'll be pulling up with Sanjeet. Me and Sanjeet have a podcast. So if you can, appreciate it. Mike Nizer in the building. Shout out Mike Nizer. Salute my boy. Everybody salute Mike Nizer for surely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm gonna look out for you. I'm gonna look out for you, Safwan. On the what's it called? On the moderator. EC Everett as well. EC Everett, Safwan. Yes, for surely. But go ahead, chat. Right now, flood the chat with your score predictions for week 5 against the Chicago Bears. Let's change up the momentum. Week 5, Chicago Bears. Who is winning? What is the score? Drop it right now. Let me see them score predictions right now. Check them out. Let's see what's cracking. We could have drafted Trayvon Diggs over Arnett. Honestly, man, in my personal opinion, I didn't have Trayvon Diggs on my radar. I didn't really want to draft a corner. That was just me at that point. I wanted Kenneth Murray Jr., the linebacker that currently plays for the Chargers. I wanted Kenneth Murray Jr. and CeeDee Lamb that draft. I wanted both them boys out of Oklahoma, and I feel like we would have been solidified. Now, we got Ruggs, and Ruggs is definitely showing up. I wouldn't say Ruggs is better than Lamb. Even at this point, I still want to say that. But Ruggs is good. I'm not really tripping off that. But the Arnett pick, oh, that was terrible. The Ruggs pick was a little different because he got so much speed that you can't teach that, right? CeeDee Lamb, he got something that you can't teach. I don't know what it is. He ain't really that fast, but he makes people miss and he gets upfield. So I don't know what it is about him, but he just got that it factor. I did want Kenneth Murray Jr. because I'm big on middle linebacker. I'm big on investing in a middle linebacker. I just am. That's just me. I like middle linebackers. I wanted Devin White. We got Cleveland Farrell. I wanted Kenneth Murray Jr. We could have grabbed him. We end up getting Damon Arnett. We see how that transpires. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But we are getting them score predictions in for week 5 against the Chicago Bears. And we have Max Rader, 31-14. That's an ass whooping, if you ask me. Carlos also pulls the belt off and whoops the Bears. Brian Rodriguez, though, comes through with a tight game, 21-20. 21-20. That's a tough one right there. Are we seeing – who do y'all want to see more, Fields or Dalton? Who y'all want to see more, Fields or Dalton? I kind of would rather play Dalton because I feel like Justin Fields has a part of his game that you really can't coach. And what I mean by that is there's not enough film on him, for one. And two, beginner's luck. I really believe in beginner's luck. He'll go out there and he'll end up improvising. He'll just do whatever he has to do to make it happen. And usually it works out pretty well for the first couple games. And then people got tape and then people figure out like, okay, let's just do this, stop him. So I would rather see Andy Dalton out there, honestly. Golly, unknown Raider guy, a.k.a. Raider Jason, says 41-14. That boy whipped their ass and gave him some hot sauce at the same time. Whew. EC Ever 26-16. I like this score, and I'm going to go with 26-16. The Raiders, my score prediction. Hefe KC, what's up with it, bro? I know you be peeping. 12-10. Whoa. How the hell you get 12 points, Raider 530? How do you get 12 points, Raider 530? Is that 4 field goals? Is that 2 missed extra points? Is that a touchdown, missed extra point, 2 field goals? That's a weird ass score. 27-13. So it looks like we are comfortable going up against the Bears. I think it is Dalton. He's coming off the injury, and he may be playing this next one. So I think it is Dalton, though. Super chat from Jamie. He says, keep doing your thing, sir. Respect from the 808 Islands. Appreciate you, dog. Big respect. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Jamie, you could have dropped a little bit something if you want to ask a question too, brother. I love to answer questions and see what the chat also has to think about it. Appreciate you pulling up on the page though, and you know what I mean. I don't know if you subscribe or not, but if you have, appreciate you being a part of the team now, and I hope to see you around. You know, a lot of people become familiar. A lot of people in the chat become familiar, and you start to, kind of see those reoccurring usernames. Start to build that chemistry with people. You know what I mean? Like Mike Nizer, he's an OG for sure. Everybody know who Mike Nizer is. Everybody knows who Roberto Carlos. You know what I mean? Robert Pena pulled up on us. You know, everybody knows. So kind of build that rapport. Okay, Frank White, he said, should we resign Phylon and Thomas next year? What a question. See, this is what I'm talking about. Frank White pulls through with a good question. I mean, I feel like shit, the way they've been playing, you have to. You can't just let the good guys walk, right? So, but before I say that, or I already said it, but what I'll add to that, I'm not just up here bullshitting. I did not like Solomon Thomas signing. I did not like us signing him. I didn't think he was that good. I'll be honest. But he's playing very well at this point. He's playing very well, and he's playing good enough to where he deserves a good to be re-signed. It's that simple. He proved me wrong, and I have no problem. And I have no yes, sir. Appreciate you, Jamie. Appreciate it, big dog. Appreciate it. I have no problem saying a player proved me wrong because they're playing well. You know how many times I wish I could say that? Every single time. You feel me? So if a player proves me wrong and I thought they weren't going to do very well, then shit, I'm glad. And Phylon. This dude Phylon, Gus Bradley brings in guys with talent. That's all you can really say. Gus Bradley knows his guys know what they're good at, knows how to have a good rotation, and man, he could bring in some dudes that could bring some production. And that's what I like about Gus Bradley. And we were missing this from Paul Gunther all over the place. We were missing this all over with Paul Gunther. Paul Gunther couldn't bring in anybody. He brought in Vontaze Burfict and Reggie Nelson. Is that it? Like, who else did he bring in? Who else did Paul Gunther bring in? Gus Bradley in 1 year, in one offseason, brought in more people than what's his name brought in. Bears lost Montgomery? I'm just hearing this. Bears lost Montgomery. Montgomery was on a path of tripping out. Giro says Bolt gang or don't bang. No, that's lame, bro. Y'all gotta get something new. Bolt gang? Bolt gang. There's like 12 of you. Be more like Bolt Squad. And not only that, what's up with the gang or the bang? What's with the gang and the bang thing? Like, where y'all get this from when it comes to football teams? Is it the 49ers bang bang Niner gang? As a grown man, I would not want to say bang bang Niner gang. That is embarrassing. And then you got Chargers fans saying boat gang or don't bang. Call it what you want, brother. Call it what you want. Dang, out 4 to 5 weeks. Holy smokes, 4 to 5 weeks. He says the Raiders got exposed. What got exposed? What got exposed? Our offensive line? We knew it was bad. Didn't expose anything there. So what was exposed? I mean, we started slow. We've started slow every single game. We were down 14-0 after Carr threw a pick six against the Dolphins. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly got exposed. We literally played the same way we played last game. We were down 14-0 last game. And that was with the pick six. The pass game. Carr threw less than Herbert. How did the pass game – what do you mean the pass game got exposed? You guys didn't do anything in the pass game. We didn't throw the football in the first half. And the run game been trash. Oh, my God. Yo, this dude – go learn – yeah. Chargers fans don't know football, bro. These dudes do not know football. My God. They do not know football. We've literally had no run game. Josh Jacobs has been injured. Our offensive line is trash. We already knew this. This is what I mean by people using words they don't know what it means. Exposed means it's something that was unknown that is being brought to the light. That's what exposed means. Right? If you have a wound and then it's exposed, that means it's revealed. I mean, this is uncovered. Did our offensive line troubles get uncovered this game? Definitely not. Did our run game get uncovered this game? Did it get exposed this game? No. All this shit has been exposed since the first game of the season when we played the Ravens. Like, y'all gotta lay off the crack pipe, yo. Rage. You can take chance on Solomon Thomas because he was misused by Niners. I always thought he was better. You know, to that point, I watched film on Solomon Thomas. I watched every single. I think I watched every single snap on Solomon Thomas. I'm so serious right now. I watched every single year he played. Okay, and he was only out of position only so much, and I think he really didn't play. He really didn't play out of position that often, in my opinion. When I watched the film, he didn't play out of position all that often. He started playing defensive end when he wasn't bringing production at the defensive tackle spot. And I'll be honest, brother, he wasn't bringing any production at the defensive tackle spot, at the defensive end spot. And you also got to think the 49ers defensive line was way better than what we had. Or, well, now our defensive line is good, so you can't really say, but what he had around him, DeForest Buckner, like he had good defensive linemen right next to him on both sides, right? So he even had Boza coming as a rookie going crazy. So to me, when it came to Solomon Thomas, he didn't have production, and you can just look at his stats. You know, Solomon Thomas this season alone, his stats match his 4 years with the Niners. Like you can't really, you know what I mean? So that's why I specifically said I didn't like Solomon Thomas that much, because I didn't see the production. I didn't see, and then on film, just his tangibles. He didn't have good pass rush moves. When he would get caught on the block, he didn't know what to do. He would kind of just sit there and just tussle with a guy. He didn't have a second go-to. So that was kind of my thing also. He didn't have those moves. The positives I said about Solomon Thomas, though, is his effort, and two, his genetics. When you look at Solomon Thomas, you say this dude is like a freaking bodybuilder. The way dude's built is like a freaking machine, right? So that right there, he just looks like an NFL defensive lineman. Second is his effort that he does very well. He does not give up. I'm gonna drop a film study on Solomon Thomas, which I was gonna do it last week, but I wanted this week to go by to see if anything else popped up so I could add to it. But he got a batted pass. And he might have some things. I'll have to wait for the film to watch it, see if I do want to add it. But I might drop it a little bit early. I might drop it tomorrow. Work on it tomorrow. Just drop it without adding the Chargers film. But when you watch the film, you'll see him chasing a receiver down 30 yards downfield from the D tackle spot. That is you can't teach that kind of effort, really. You know what I mean? You can. It can be instilled in you. But at the same time, mentally, he's always had that. He's always had that his whole career. He just doesn't have a pass rush moves. Now, with the Raiders, I don't know if it's the coaches, Marinelli, the players around him that are helping him with the pass rush moves. But, he's shown a spin and a swim a couple times this season that I said, whoa, that ain't the same player. That is not the same player, right? So, yeah, most definitely, Mike. His sister. But for me, I try not to get into players' personal lives. And then I have no idea how this can affect the person. I have no idea how, not that I don't know how it could affect the person. I don't know how it could affect me or how it feels, right? I don't know that. So I don't know about his personal life, but that's definitely something that will have a person, thinking about other things. So I'm glad he's doing good. I'm glad he's helping other people with certain situations and is out in the community and doing the thing. But I just don't get into the personal. I just watch the film. I just look at the stats, watch the film, look at the injuries, look at the circumstances, and that's it. You feel me? I try not to get into people's personal lives, especially when it comes to sports, because, shoot, man, people already get criticized enough as it is. But I was wrong about Solomon Thomas. Solomon Thomas has proven me wrong, and I'm glad to say that. I'm happy to say that. It's that simple. I'm happy to say that. Let me scroll back up because I think I missed something. Okay. Dang, bro. I've been on here 2 hours already. Okay. Okay, Omar with the super chat. He says we need to draft defense next year, starting with a cornerback. Yo, man, we be missing our corners, man. We be missing our corners. Personally, this draft is going to be interesting, man, because I feel like this draft is going to be extra almost. It like almost is just going to be extra. We have what we're going to have 6 picks. Because I think we're missing a pick, maybe, or we might be. I think we're missing 1 pick. It's gonna be interesting because say we fill the holes, which I feel like we don't have a lot of holes to fill. Say you want to go get a dominant offensive lineman in the first round, or however the draft falls, right? Because you don't know how heavy the draft will be, whether it's offensive line heavy, wide receiver, linebacker. Guys pop out of nowhere throughout the college season, and then they end up raising their draft. They get, so the fact that we just drafted the lineman first round, right? It's kind of like, dang, can you go first round on a lineman again? We already got Ruggs in first round in Ruggs. Can you go first round with a wide receiver again? Arnett first round. Abram, Merrick second. Mullen second. So with those picks already invested in the defensive back spot, at what point do you decide like, okay, this is more important than this? And it's going to be an interesting draft, man. So if we do get a corner, let's just stay away from Ohio State. If we do go corner, let's just stay away from Ohio State. That's as far as I'll go. Moses said, when you hit Carr, he gets shook. Ah, man. There's truth to that. There's truth to that, Todd. There's truth to it. There really is truth to it. Hey, Ray, address what Boza said today about Carr. There's truth to it, y'all. And what I will say is that's not the case this year. Sergio, yeah, I'm going to get to Sergio's comment in a second. But let's stick on this, what Boza said. Carr definitely, and CNG brought this to me, right? And we were talking about it, and Carr would get shaken up. Most definitely. I think that was the past, though. Because this year, I haven't seen Carr get shaken up yet. I've seen Carr. We watched Carr last week get sacked, a sack fumble, throw a pick six, and then come back and win the goddamn game. There's no shaking. There's no shaking up. You can't be like, oh, he gets shaken up and after he does all that, and to be like, oh yeah, he gets shaken up. There's no way. There's no way you throw a pick six, fumble, get sacked, and you in a bad snap, and you're not, and you come back and you win the game. It's out your system at this point. So I think in the past, Carr did have times to where he would get shaken up because he didn't trust the O-line, and he had those injuries to where, he broke a bone in his back. He broke his freaking ankle. He broke his freaking pinky. Like, he's just worried about these little things. So now when he gets hit, he's just like, okay, let me just make sure my body is tucked, my body is secure, and I don't, get anything broken or bent. I think has a lot to do with how Carr plays. But this year, no, definitely not. Because if that was the case, right, for Carr to be shaken up, what Boza said, shake him up and then he'll be off his game, blah, blah, blah. The offensive line has the offensive line been trashed this whole year or just this one game? I know the answer to that. It's been trashed this whole year. Has the offensive line given up a sack every single game? Yes. Why wasn't he shook? Joey Bosa got one. Joey Bosa didn't even get a sack, did he? Didn't he I think he tipped the ball once. And I think it counts as a sack because he tipped the ball. It's a fumble. And it counts as a sack. But Carr did get sacked several times before Carr even came back out into the second half to throw for touchdowns. He was getting sacked prior to that. Bosa got to him prior to that. So then why would Carr come out and start slinging it everywhere and start throwing darts and scoring touchdowns? So this year is different. Carr, as far as getting shook up, I don't see that from Carr. That's not in Carr's game anymore. If Carr throws a pick six, he's going to come back and try to throw it and try to beat you. You feel me? That's how Carr is now. We've seen Carr down, get sacked, fumbles, snaps over his head, pick sixes, and then come back and still win. So, and the offensive line is trash with no running game. At this point, that's out the window. That's how I see it. So Joey Bosa may say that may have been an old scheme, the old thing people thought. But I think this year, Carr's mental is a little bit different. He's not really getting shooken up. He just protects his body. But as far as getting shooken up, nah. Shook, whatever, exactly. Exactly. So, and people say, oh, he's scared to get hit. No quarterback wants to get hit. Exactly. But people say, oh, he's scared to get hit. And my thing to that is, have you ever been hit by a grown man the size of that? Like that big? If you know you're about to get hit, why don't you just protect your body? Go on to the next play, make it happen. How many times do you see Carr get sacked? Then the very next play, he scored. He make a big play. He did it against the Chargers. Y'all was there watching the game, so but someone said the mean linebacker, and it was Sergio. Where did that comment go, Sergio? Because I was going to say that. Draft a nice middle linebacker. But the reason I didn't, Sergio, right, is because how do you guys feel about the way Denzel Perriman's been playing? Like, how do you guys feel about Denzel, how he's been playing? We traded for him. I believe his contract is good through next year because we traded for him, right? We didn't sign him for a one-year contract or nothing like that. We just traded for him. And I think he's been playing pretty well. And if we were to go out and say, okay, let's go draft a linebacker, it's kind of too late. That's just how I feel about it. I would have drafted Devin White. I would have drafted Kenneth Murray Jr. At this point, I'm like, we missed some of the best linebackers we could have got. You know what I mean? Devin Bush, who gets injured here and there, of course. I mean, Derwin James got injured. I wanted him. Everybody was capping on me like, oh, Derwin James always hurt, blah, blah. Derwin James is a beast. I don't care what you have to say. But it's too late to get – we missed out on linebacker. Yeah, he said we missed out on linebacker. I think it's time we shipped that sale. Let's ship the sale. Denzel Perriman has been awesome. KJ Wright is a bit questionable. I wouldn't say questionable. I would just say KJ Wright is just old and slow. So when he got beat on that pass, he's going to get beat on that. Yeah, see, so Perriman's playing well, right? So would you want to draft a linebacker to replace him right now? Cover three beaters. He was actually pretty good in coverage last night. He got beat on 2 close cover three beaters. Yeah, cover three beaters are going to destroy the linebackers. You basically have to have a safety there at those spots in order to cover those cover three beaters. Good. Anthony Carver says we need to trade our first for a veteran. Yeah, we probably should. We should have went and got CJ Henderson, man. But yo, I've already been up here for 2 hours, y'all. Appreciate y'all pulling up on me. Appreciate y'all. Y'all know how we do, man. Y'all know how we do up over here, man. It's been a minute since I hopped up on YouTube. I'll definitely had to do my good morning. We're about to approach 12 o'clock. I'm on the West Coast. If you're on the East Coast, you know it's about to be 3. So appreciate everybody pulling up to Good Morning Nation. It's about to be good afternoon here shortly. And until next time, y'all.